Alright, so for starters, right out the gate here, I'm going to be doing this in just a standard E tuning, EAD, GBE, but the recorded album version is in an E flat standard. Okay, so they'd be E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, E flat. So if you want to, mess with every string, drop it down a half step to match what's going on with the record, that's what's happening there. But for our purposes here, just to keep it simple and accessible for everyone to just jump right in, I'm just going to be in a regular E tuning here. So that out of the way, we'll start with like the main riff. It has this kind of pickup chords in the very beginning here, where we'll do like just into from a palm muted open like low E with like the open A and D there, and we just land on like the E power chord, so the 2 on the A and D there with the open low E, so it's like and we're just kind of palm muting into it. Alright, so, and then maybe just a quick little open E, and then we land on the G power chord, the 3E with the 5 A and D. Kind of let that ring a moment. Alright, and then we get into this biz here where it's some E octaves, and we have the low E with the 7 on the A. And we're kind of dancing around with some palm muting on this, nothing too crazy, just like maybe lightly on the low E. Alright, and then it's like a 1, 2, 3, little hesitation once more. Alright, then we do this little back and forth where we'll go like 7 on the A to maybe a couple 5s back to the 7. Come down, hit the 5 on the D, back to the 7A with the low E. Alright, do a little 7, 5, 7, 7, 7. And then we finish doing like 7 to 5. And then like a quick little open low E back to that G power chord. So just slowly here, it'd probably look something like. And we'll get a little second guitar lead thing over the top of the main riff here, where we'll be in that same area. We'll be doing like D, A string stuff here, where we'll go like 5D, 7A, 7D, 7A. And then do like a tiny little bend on the 5B. And then do a back and forth 7, 5, 7 on the A. Alright, and just repeat that like a few times. Just cap it off with a little 5D, 7A, 5D. And then essentially we're just going to take that and just bring it up high now, where instead of like the 5 and 7 there on the 2 different strings, we're going to drop it up a set of strings to where we got the 12G, 14D, and then we'll just do that back and forth, hit the 14G, 14D, little bend on the 12G here. Okay, that little back and forth, 14, 12, 14 on the D. And do it the same way, cruise through it a few times, and then we do, 12G, 14D, and then maybe do like 12 on the G and B there. And for the pre-chorus section, we kind of take what we're doing in the main riff there and just bring it up a set of strings. So now we're like in the A zone here. So same deal, just same frets, just up a set of strings now. Like 7s, 5, 7s. And do a little 5 on the G. And then just finish returning back to the open low E to the G power chord. Alright, and after we go through that a time, then we just come off to a big open low E power chord. Let that ring for, a good 2-3 measures there, and then we cap it off by doing like palm muted open E power chords, like just downstrum some 8th notes here. Chorus, we'll start with a B power chord, so 2A, 4 on the D and G there. Hit it, let it ring. Off to A power chord. That G power chord of 3 and 5s. And with this one, we'll let it ring a moment or two, and then we do this chromatic scale down with the G power chord of the 3 and 5s, to the G flat at the 2 and 4s, to the F at the 1 and 3s. And then we come off to this real quick open low E, and it's just like a real fast, like alternating 4 strums of the low E, and then we just do this 3 to open pull off. Alright, couple more, pull off, a couple more, pull it off, and it's all just cranking out pretty quick here. Alright, and just crank through that a couple times like that. We go back to the first chords here, hit the B power chord, and with this we'll hit it, and then we'll drop down and do an open B to high E string there. Okay, A, and then do the open B and E to the G, same deal, open B and E under it. Alright, and then we do the chromatic 3, 2, 1.